I do have to ask because the urgency of the sports, this final sequence where the game itself is going on, was it one of, would you find it, was it a challenge for you? Because you've done so many different types of movies, but yet this is the first time, I'm assuming that you've done a sports film where it's so involved and inside and you're in the scrum.
Yeah, to me, I didn't approach it as a sports film, but I had to learn the sports element of it because the sport is just the way, the way to the means to the ending for Mandela's character. The means to accomplish his aims. So I didn't do that any more than $1 Million Baby was a girl boxing movie. It was a father-daughter love story, but boxing is what was going on there. So I had to make sure the boxing was good. In this, I had to make sure the rugby was good, and I had the right people to do it because we had Chester Williams, who played on the '95 team as our coach, and he was just terrific and helped give us an overview of the atmosphere, but the actual plays that were instrumental, excuse me, in winning the game.
This is a personal thing, but one of my favorite films is The Bridges of Madison County, and so it was like a genre that I feel that you did so well, and I'm wondering, would you ever be curious to do something where it's just a flat-out romance again, where, I don't know, like, would that be of interest to you, or do you feel like you may have done things, or maybe other versions of movies that you may have done?
Yeah, sure. No, I'm a very romantic person. I am very romantic. No, I loved doing that. That was a great show. I don't know about doing it as an actor. It depends on what age the person is written for. But I certainly like stories that are romantic stories and that have elements of that along the way. In fact, I'm working on a picture right now that is a little bit off, a little bit different. That has a little romantic element to it.
Artistic people I know take chances because maybe it scares them and therefore they need to do it, like they challenge themselves and stuff. So when you make a film, what's your kind of reasoning for doing it? Is it because you want it, is it a story that you feel hasn't been told, or is it something that scares you, or what is?
No, you just do it because it's a story you like to tell. If you like the story, then your inspiration is to like to tell it. And if you tell it correctly, you hope that people will feel the way you did when you first read the material. But I don't, there's no big magic to it. I mean, I'm too dumb to be scared, so I just kind of approach it with a certain confidence that I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna do the best I can anyway, and that's gonna have to do.
There's this retrospective of 35 films with that you've done, and that's coming out. And I'm wondering, do you like it when people kind of bring your whole filmography together and just kind of celebrate the thing, or do you feel, is it uncomfortable for you, or I know some people get really like, I don't know, how do you feel when people say like, oh, you've done this and let's celebrate?
I don't know. I mean, it's fine if people find it interesting. That's fine. I watched. I was in Lyon recently and at a film festival, which was a really wonderful film festival, and they had ran a lot of stuff. And you look back and you're watching yourself at a different time in history, and so maybe there's some nostalgia there, maybe not. But anyway. You go, oh yeah, so I did that then. Huh? In fact, I'm getting to the stage now where sometimes I'll see sequences and I don't even remember filming them, but basically you remember every element of it.
This is my last question. It's heading towards a season where studios are pushing films for award kudos and things like that, and this film just won something at the National Board of Review, and so I'm just wondering, do you pay any attention to that? Does that add to this experience to kind of release a movie at this period to kind of go with it?
Yeah, well, this movie would have had to have been released at this period anyway, because I never would have been able to get it done any sooner due to some of the complication. But You know, you're always hoping somebody likes it, whether it's, I don't know about the award process or what have you, but that's nice if somebody thinks it's worthy of that. But as you want all the audiences, every audiences, whether they're looking at it from that angle or whether they're just going to see an adventure, you want people to appreciate it because you spend a lot of time and effort on it. And if they do, they do, and if they don't, there's nothing you can do about it anyway. So I just approach it from that thing. It's a movie is kind of like a child. At some point it has to go off and live by itself.
Thank you very much. It's a real honor to talk to you.
Okay,
Thank
it's
you.
my pleasure.
Thanks.